That'll do. Welcome to a slightly less than professional live stream number 4 with my mysterious benefactor, Mr. Duncan. We've also got Roger here. Roger is always here. He's got a new little thing he's been wearing.
He has.
Well, he's not got a little collar on he had last time, the light up one.
Where's it gone, sir?
It died, sir. I do apologise.
Yes.
And today we are in Essex. We have been doing some filming yesterday and today, and we filmed 2 Fiestas. We filmed one with a normal badge, which was a Mark IV Z-Tech, and one with a luxurious badge, a Mark VI Gear, which has been in the same family since new. The rare 1.4 DuraShift EST, I think they're called, which is an automated manual. Right, I'm going to get the live stream up on the screen here so we actually see it, because we can't actually read that far away.
No.
You can't read that far away, can you, sir?
Absolutely not. No, I haven't eaten enough carrots today.
No. I had my eyesight tested a few years ago, and I said I was very good, but I'm not that good.
No.
Can't read it from there. So we will have music performances this evening.
We'll see. There'll be some sort of noise.
Yes, some sort of noise.
With percussion.
Yes, and we will also be talking about strange things. But one thing we don't discuss on this channel, though, and Mr. Duncan knows exactly what it is. So we won't be doing that, although I had some chap comment on the very old Jeep Cherokee KJ video I did. He wasn't very happy about it. He said he'd given me a dislike, which, was not the nicest thing to say, but there we go. Never mind, there are some people out there who don't like certain things, and that's all right.
Each their own.
Each their own, that's the way it is. So there we go. So we'll just bring this up on here once it actually loads. My computer's not running very well because it's very warm. I think it's still 25 degrees up there, isn't it?
Mine here, I've got the air conditioning.
Yeah, but we've got air conditioning. We've an air conditioned live stream, which is a complete luxury compared to everybody else who are suffering in the heat. Unfortunately, I wanted to get the air conditioning fixed in the new car I bought, which has not yet been revealed on the channel.
No, not officially.
It hasn't actually, no.
It's still unless you've got a Toledo membership.
Yes, you have to have like top level membership in order to know what it is. But it's there. The videos of the initial 2 videos were filmed, so it has been revealed to people on the top 2 tiers of membership, we've been doing some work to it. One of which was supposed to be fixing the aircon, which did not work. Brakes fixed, good.
Yes.
New tyres, good.
Yeah.
Air conditioning, no. It turns out somebody had decided they're going to remove the aircon belt, and the pump is broken. Yeah. So we are not having aircon at the moment, and my lady wife she doesn't mind having no air conditioning, but I mind, and so I should be having it fixed.
Yes.
On the blue S40 I used to have, that never had working aircon ever. We replaced the compressor and the condenser.
That's right. Yeah.
Never had air conditioning.
Yeah, definitely works on mine. We can't talk about it.
No, we can't talk about it anyway, can we, sir? But you have got a car we can't talk about when the air conditioning works. Right. Okay. We've got some comments here already. Sir Godfrey Tibbet. Sir Godfrey Tibbet says, "Greetings and salutations, gentlemen. Greetings and salutations to you as well, sir."
Yes.
And Paulie Galtieri says, "Good evening, Mr. Lord and Mr. Duncan. Pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure for you to be here as well, sir." So we need to define like what exactly we mean by these cars with luxury badges on them. What we don't mean is just like an Astra CDX,
No.
because an Astra CDX is nice and luxurious, sir. You want a nice Astra G CDX saloon, sir, 2-litre manual saloon with a beige leather interior, sir, and wood. But that's not a luxury badge of a former coach builder.
No.
What we mean is Van den Pla, Vignale, Pininfarina, and Gear. Those are the principles I want to talk about, and Bertone.
Yeah.
The Bertone ones and Pininfarina ones, they're not very difficult to sort of explain. What happened is that in the 1980s, I think about 1982, Fiat decided that they would not put badges on certain cars anymore. The 2 cars were the 124 Spider and the X19. They decided, I think in '82, to put a Pininfarina badge on the 124 Spider, because Pininfarina designed it, I think they were building it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it's 84, 85, they put the Bertoni badge on the X19, which had been out for a long time by then. It came out in 1972.
Mm-hmm.
So they decided to badge them all as Bertonis. And if you see a lot of X19s these days, they say Bertoni on them, particularly the Grand Finale, which is the run-out model in 89. So it says Bertoni X19.
Yeah.
So there's that. But what we're really sort of talking about are the styling houses that actually got bought out by companies. First of all, Ford bought Gear, which...
So when was that then? Was that in the 70s?
So the Carmen Gear was obviously the car produced by Volkswagen, which is the swoopy version of the Beetle. I think after that finished production was 74, that's when the first Granada gears came out, which is May 74. So I think production would have finished at I think Carmen making it. Gear I don't think had their own facilities by then. I think that's when the badge was free to be used on cars, and the first Gear badged normal car as opposed to like a concept or something like that, because Gear made some outrageous concepts. I don't know if you've ever seen them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You really was sort of they made some outrageous concepts for manufacturers, and they did have an input in design of a lot of different places, and the badge did carry some prestige, but Ford decided they'd have it for themselves, and the badge lasted. We've just been discussing this. But the last car was the Mark IV Mondeo, the Gear badge.
Or the Galaxy. You can see that one. I can't remember.
Yeah, the base.
I think the viewers will say.
Yes, exactly.
I think it might actually be technically the Galaxy.
Yeah, we'd be like 2010. Be around 2010.
Because I think it might be even later than that. I think the Galaxy was the last one.
Yeah. So
prior to that was the Mondeo.
Yeah.
The Mondeo gear was only until the facelift. And the facelift was then the Vignale, I think. No, Titanium Export was the top of the range.
Yeah, exactly.
But the gear was actually lower down. The gear was kind of mid specs. It had the wood interior and the slightly smaller wheels, but no spoilers or anything.
That's right. And on the Mark II Focus Saloon, you get a gear and a titanium.
Yeah.
And the saloon lasted until 2009.
Yeah.
You could get a facelift Mark II Saloon.
Yeah.
There's not many, but I think they got rid of the gear badge off the Mark II Saloon with facelift. I think they were mainly titaniums after that.
Yeah.
So they gradually phased it out. They phased it out of Fiesta in 2008 when they replaced it with the Mark VII. Mm-hmm. There are no Mark VII Fiesta gears.
No. Titanium was top of the range.
So gear was a very, very popular badge on Fords from 1974 to about 2010.
Yeah.
I don't really know why they phased it out. I don't really understand that.
I think it was probably because it was maybe kind of a bit too old man with the wood affect him, and people wanted a trendy silver titanium spec, maybe, or something like that.
Because nobody else was really using them by then. The other sort of main company using them was British Lane and then Austin Rover. The Van den Pla versions of the cars started in the mid 60s with the ADO 16.
Yeah.
It's been Van den Pla 1100.
And of course, the last Van den Pla was a Rover 75, wasn't it?
Yes, I think you're right, actually. Yeah. Jaguar used Van den Pla name on export cars.
They did, didn't they?
Because they didn't use the Daimler name.
Yeah.
Because Mercedes-Benz used it. Due to a very complicated situation with the early days of motoring, Daimler-Benz is the parent company of Mercedes, but Jaguar owned the Daimler name in this country because they bought it from the BSA group in 1960.
Yeah.
So they're two different companies called Daimler or Daimler, depending on where you are. So Mercedes still call their parent company Daimler-Benz, because Gottlieb Daimler was one of the fathers of the modern automotive industry. But I think it was Frederick Sims bought the rights to use the Daimler name in this country on certain cars, and that company just kept going. So there were two different companies, but they can only use the name in certain places. So we got the last car we got, I think the Daimler Super 8.
Yeah.
Super 8, which I think lasted until 2009.
Yeah, you could have gotten the X350.
And the X358. Which is the last one, X358.
With the extra grill things like
So kind of, it was kind of, that was like their version of the gear for many, many years.
Yeah.
But as Paulie Gatturi has pointed out, There's the Lauren and Clemens specification on Skodas.
It's not. But it's not a designer, is it? They were when the
No,
co-founders.
It's
of
the
Skoda,
name
aren't they?
of the original company.
Yeah.
The
Didn't they make bicycles?
yes, they did. The Skoda was an existing company that I think they bought out,
Yeah.
and for some reason it was rebranded. But that's the last one that has the name remaining in that way, because the
I think so. Yeah.
the Vignale name was introduced around, I think, 2015 on Fords.
Yeah.
So well, I don't know why they didn't just bring the gear trim level back, but maybe it really was just kind of like sort of people were thinking about.
Well, to be honest here, is Derek Trotter's Capri gear probably didn't do it much good.
Was it a gear?
He was, yeah, he had a Capri gear.
Okay.
He pronounced it Capri, it wasn't Capri.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had which doesn't help, does it?
No,
the connotation.
It doesn't. You know, a lot of the gear spec cars towards the end for certain were bought by sort of the older generation, retired people.
Yeah.
Although I prefer the gear trim levels, I think they're always the best ones if you have a gear one.
Yes.
But titanium then appeared, I think on the Mondeo Mark 3 or something like that. I think it was a Mark 3 Mondeo.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
And
from
that
55
was
plate almost.
sort
yeah.
of
Yeah.
above the gear, wasn't it?
Hmm.
You get a
Yes.
gear and a Gear X.
Well, so there were different markets. So the Gear and the Gear X were equivalent to the Titanium and Titanium X, but the Titaniums had the silver trim and the gear and slightly bigger wheels.
The Gears
They're
had
more
wood.
technology.
Yeah.
And the Gears had wood, and they had the chrome door handles and stuff like that. What's also quite interesting, sir, is that the Scorpio gear, the frog-eyed one that Mr. Coleman likes to punt around over.
He quite likes
Yes,
that.
he does. So
There was one above it, the Ultima.
well, this is it. So the Scorpio gear, so the one better than that was the Ultima.
Yeah, it's the same on the C-Max.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
quite strange. I think there was also wasn't there an Ultima Mondeo as well?
It might have been. I don't
Which
remember.
is quite strange. But obviously Ultima was just
Yeah.
another, sort of trim level that Ford came up with.
Definitely with the last Scorpio, it's definitely on the C-Max. But I think
Yeah.
maybe it just to the facelift. So I think
No, pre-facelift.
yeah,
Because they also had the extra spoilers and
I
stuff.
think they dropped the gear for the face of C-Max, didn't
Yes,
they?
they did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
for titanium.
I think the facelift for the C-Max was like 2007, something like that, around 2007.
So I've had a few C-Maxes. They're quite good cars.
Uh,
But we can't talk about anything.
No, the last time I was sort of in the area, so we did go and film a C-Max.
They are good cars.
It's a 2 litre.
They are very good cars.
Well,
They've got the drop-down picnic tables, just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Mr. Richardson's latest Renault Scenic, which is for sale.
Which is for
And
sale.
it's also got they've also got the rear screens and they've got screens in the rear doors.
Yeah, you get
so-
those, yeah.
And they're nice and easy to get into. They're very popular cars actually.
The-
They're very
prob-
good.
the prob-
Exactly the same dash as a Mark 1 Cougar, as in KDGA, or a
Similar to the Mark II Focus, similar, not the same.
very similar, but exactly the same as a Cougar.
Isn't it weird?
Exactly
Yeah.
the same because it's all focus based.
I have driven a Mark 1 Cougar. I have a 2.5 turbo white
Yes,
block in it.
as in Cougar with a C.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. They are rare. The 2.5 Cougars.
Yes.
They're not
yes.
because they have horrific fuel consumption.
It's a Mazda engine.
No, it's a Volvo. It's a Volvo 5-cylinder white block, sir.
What are you talking about? Oh, Cougars. Okay. Over
Yeah,
the K.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I think you meant the Coupe one, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Yes, no, they are, but they've also got £700 tax
They do,
because
sir.
they're four-wheel drive.
They are. One driver was an auto, and it was
Yeah.
pretty fast.
Yes.
It wasn't the Focus ST variant of the engine. It was the slightly less powerful one that dropped into like an S80.
Yeah.
It was that one.
Very, very rare. Very popular with Ford fleet though, because of the discount.
Yeah, obviously, like you have to fuel it up quite a lot, but then 5-cylinder Volvo white block engines, you just what say happens. Right, to look at the comment section.
So we can distract us.
So Godfrey, Miss Taylor is on, sir. Miss Taylor is on, sir. She says, "Evening, sirs. Evening, Miss Taylor."
If you get that a secret, Miss Taylor, you're going to join
Miss
in
Taylor
the
is
background with
on.
backing
She's on this, sir.
Uh-oh.
So Godfrey Tibbett says, "How does one pronounce Van den Pla correctly?" You see, it's rather like the Ford car. There are 3 totally acceptable pronunciations, and they're all equally valid.
Yes.
With Ford, the cat was pronounced differently depending on which agency was using the name. Some people say KA all the time, which is correct. You could say car as well.
Mhm.
The one they used to use at the start, and you'll see Jeremy Clarkson, the original view from 1997, he's cat. That's the first one they use. Now, that's not the only correct one, because all three are pretty much correct. Because if the Ford press office uses all three, that means all three are correct. What I don't like is people telling you that there's only one, and that's the only one. Vanden Plas is exactly the same. In the 1980s in Austin Rover, they said it. I've seen the videos of this. Vanden Plas. That's what they used. However, the company is originally from, I think, Flanders, and so people say, like my uncle says, Vanden Plas.
Yes.
That's what he says. That's what he calls them, and that's also completely valid. I think you can say Vanden Plas as well, and it doesn't really matter. It's of no consequence whatsoever. I just tend to use the one from the 1980s publicity material because that's the one I'm familiar with. You can say the others. It's the problem is when people try to tell you there's only one beneficial pronunciation for either of those situations, which is actually wrong. You can use any of them you like. Mr. Richardson uses another one. I use the one they just used to use because that is an official pronunciation. If it's wrong, it's more wrong than any of the others. If that makes sense. Right. So, this is interesting. Jovar3649 says, "You seem to be the only person who enjoys the sounds of nature and modern Kias and Hyundais." Well, yes, I really enjoy that. I discovered it in 2021 when I had to go in a Kia Stinger, which is a fantastic car, so isn't it?
I'd like to drive one of those.
Oh,
It's a V6, isn't it, rear-wheel drive?
It's 3.3 V6 turbo with rear-wheel drive. They're very, very fast, sir, and I could be more happy with the 2-litre turbo, to be honest. But towards the end, they discontinue all the Stingers apart from the V6 turbo. So by the time I drove one in 2021, the Stinger was being phased out, which was a huge shame. Problem is that cars like that from Audi and BMW and Mercedes cost so much more money, have worse warranties, and much lower levels of equipment. Well, Mr. Bill and I had to go in one of those. It was one of the best cars I'd ever driven, and I still kind of want one, but I can't justify the fact that the car's so big. And
probably quite long as well.
they are quite big and long, but the cars wanted to go sideways. There was so much power, I had to dial everything down. But we played around with the sounds of nature thing with Mr. Bill and I in the settings. It was quite funny actually. But yeah, I don't know whether like the really new ones have it. So I've just driven a brand new Kia, which will be on the channel at some point soon because we're gradually rolling out reviews from the SB test day. But that I didn't look for it, so it might not be in there anymore. But a lot of the modern ones have that in there, and I quite like it. Particularly like the snowy day one. I quite like the warm fireplace. So Frazzleface 753 says we do like our Lauren and Clement versions with the umbrella in the door. Yes, you get the umbrella in the door in lots of different Skodas, but of course
just all the Superbs have them. Sure.
I think the Fabias actually do have a little space in them. Yeah, they do sort of them. But it's quite easy to lose those. Well, the Rolls Royce umbrella is about like this long, so you don't really want to lose that. The Skoda one's going to be a little bit smaller. Pulling out Tony says, unfortunately, so we can't say anything in your comment at all because I know exactly what it is. We're not allowed to say anything because Mr. Duncan. What don't we talk about on this channel, sir?
Princess Anne, your screen's gone.
It has, sir, but this fat one's still on, sir.
1.2 Nissan engines, Prince
My
engines,
gosh.
wet belts,
Yes.
Eco booms.
Yes, Shane Ritchie.
Yes. Mr. Duncan's collection of ones.
Yes, your collection of cars we can't talk about because we don't talk about diesel, sir, on this channel. John F. Stockton says, is this the Car Enthusiast Anonymous gathering? I suppose it is, isn't it?
And Miss Taylor.
And Miss Taylor.
Who's not a car enthusiast.
When do I expect to purchase the first electric car as a daily car? Not at the moment.
Never. I'm never going to have one. Never.
Having been to the launch of the MG ZSV in 2019, my friend Mr. Jackson, who bought the very first one supplied to a customer in the country, which he's almost had for 7 years now, because he got it September 19. The launch was July 19. He has had several electric cars and he's still got it actually. Maybe in September we'll have a look and see what state it's in actually after 7 years, because the warranty will expire. I think it's all right actually. I think his lady just runs around in that actually. I think it's still okay. The range was only 163 miles when it was new, so I don't know what it is now, but it just goes to like work. It's like 15 miles or something to work, and it's fine. Because those, I don't think they're worth a lot of money now, the original ones. They were massively popular, and that was probably the car that sort of changed the marketplace in this country, electric cars, most comprehensively, I think. And I was just happy to be there. It was really weird. But no, I don't think at the moment I will get one. Not at the moment. Although the prices of some of them are very tempting. You can get Zoes and Leafs and things like that for just nothing now, really, nothing at all. And this is just going to actually kind of continue like this, because more and more of this stuff's going to come on the market. The depreciation of some stuff is horrendous. I think we've discussed, Mr. Duncan and possibly Mr. Charles as well, the depreciation of Dacia Spring. You can buy a 6-month-old Dacia Spring in the sort of kind of, I think it's the extreme spec, which is the higher one, for something like 50% off or something like that. Like, no, it's a third off after like 6 months, about 2,000 miles.
What's retail, about 12 or 13?
It's 14 for the base model, but nobody really buys those. Maybe 15, 16. They come out at like 9.5 after about 6 months.
Yeah.
So depreciation is absolutely astonishing. Like if you want to run that as a second car, like a Dacia Spring would be perfect as a second car. It would be perfect as one of those. You don't have to go very far. You got a little normal key you put and you turn the key like this. I don't really mind that actually. So yeah, there's a huge market for electric cars, but some manufacturers have actually pulled them entirely. The Aura 03 or the Aura Funky Cat, that's been pulled from the market. The Honda NEY1, I think that's how you say it, that only lasted about 2.5 years.
That's a great looking car, though.
Yeah, it looks nice. The remember that the HRV, ZRV and the ENEY1, they're virtually all the same car. For some reason, the ENEY1 has not taken off. They are making another electric car now, Honda, a bespoke one, but that really didn't take off.
No, it's a shame. It looked different. Just like the new Renault 5, really.
Yeah, exactly. The Mazda MX-30 was also very interesting as well, but that's sort of gone now, or it's going to be going soon. I think that's a really interesting car actually, but the range on it's so poor. It's like 120 miles or something. They will be bargains because you're not that practical, and also the range isn't very good.
No.
Faisal Face 753, he says we've fallen foul of the channel rules. We did, so that's why we're very strict about live streams and channel rules, aren't we, Mr. Duncan? We're very strict, sir.
You are, yeah.
I am, sir, because
I try and get away with it.
You do, sir, but you fail, sir. The Panther Rio. What you want is the Panther Rio Especial.
That was the Triumph, the 50. No, the Dolomite.
Yes,
right, wasn't it?
Yes. So the
Triumph Dolomite, but the posh one.
The normal Panther Rio.
Is that right?
The normal Panther Rio was the Dolomite 1850 HL.
1850, that's it. Yeah.
And it cost so much more. It was about 3 times the price or something.
Like the Avon Acclaim.
Yeah, the Avon Acclaim was a bit cheaper in comparison with the Panther Rio. But what you want is the Rio Especial, because that's the one based on a Sprint.
Yes.
I have seen a Panther Rio in real life, and they are really, really nice. There's one of the, I think I've seen 2. They're normally at the NEC, and they are fabulous looking cars. They look great because they completely changed the front and rear end.
Yeah.
And Robert Jankel, who ran Panther Westwinds, he was very, very particular about how he made them to look really, really good in the transformations, and it was very successful. The only problem is he used to do really weird things, like on the I think it was called the what was it called? It was the car 101 Dalmatians. I forget the name of it. It's the one that looks like a Bugatti Royale, but it's got doors from an 1800.
Is it really?
Or a Maxi. Yeah, they're doors from the Maxi on those, which is a really strange decision.
So by default, also the door handles from a Land Rover Discovery Mark 1?
No, that's a Marina.
Oh, sorry. Right,
Yeah,
okay.
so-
Yeah. Sorry.
So the door handles are off like they're off on like a maxi or something. So
Oh.
it looks really odd. Like if you watch 101 Dalmatians, that's
Yeah.
the car they use it. Pamela Deville, that's it. Pamela Deville.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's very very appropriate because she's called Crown Deville.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Of the town.
yes indeed. What's it say here? John F. Stockton says, because many new cars now get to the point where we have enough range for 920 new people, even then there should be a good use market even for low budgets. Yeah, we've pretty much said that already. Yeah, they're dropping in price really, really rapidly. The last generation Leafs are stupidly priced. I remember those when they were getting towards the end of their life, about 2024 or something. 6-month-old Leafs with delivery miles were going for £12,000. It's absolutely insane. There is a very, very good case for people to pick those up as. So if it fits your lifestyle, then that could be your only car. You know, because it's so cheap.
Yeah. If you're just doing a couple of miles a day, that would be alright.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely fine.
Charge it up overnight, it probably doesn't. If you're not into cars,
No.
it's probably quite a good option.
I remember I filmed a Zoe, which was I think late last year. My uncle had 3 of those. He's got a Megane E-Tech now, but he had 3 of those. The first one was in 14, which was a year after they came out. And the range was awful on it. This is a 2021 though, so it's one of the later ones. It was much better sort of prospect. It's a very, very easy car to drive, and you could pick Zoe's up for not very much money at all now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say that as a little commuting thing, perfect.
I don't think they do fast charger, do they?
They did on the later ones. The
Right.
original ones were virtually nothing. I think you had to plug it into his wall or something.
Yeah.
And it was about 80 miles, and it was like a toy basically. My uncle's first one. John F. Stockton makes a very good point here. He says Honda E was a very cool car. Yes, I have driven one of those. I actually drove that near Chelmsford. It was in about 2023 because a chap who I know, his name's Ryan. He happened to have one. He had a very strange collection. He had a Citroen Zara VTS Coupe and a Honda E. It's just
I just think they look a bit weird because they're not normal door mirrors, they're cameras, aren't
Yeah,
they?
if you look at
It just doesn't look quite right.
the dash is just one big.
It does. It does look nice.
Yeah, it's
Just the cameras just look odd, but
it's an extraordinary car. Like I thought
Yeah.
it was great. Like I had it's very nice to drive. The boot is ridiculously small in it, but
right.
it's typical Honda. Like the current Civic is or the Prelude. It's sort of similar to. They have a very distinct design language inside, and there's no wrong with Honda's design department. The current Civic Mark 11 looks great. The Prelude looks even better. There's nothing wrong with the design department. It's just for some reason in this country, Hondas are very expensive cars, and they just don't sell very well. The E was the same. It was I think £30,000 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, they sold it until about 2023, 2024, I think. And then the E81 came in, which is a SUV. So a very different sort of customer. But if you only live in like a city, you're doing like less than 100 miles a day, Honda E would have made a lot of sense. It's a very, very nicely made car, but the mirrors were very weird. It took me a while to get used to that. And the range is just really,
I'm
really
guessing
cool.
there's still a blind spot.
Yeah.
What's the game?
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Paulie Gatsui says, the Reverend Parry Hughes from Boatie's World would like me to review his 1989 petrol-powered Talbot motorhome Nettie. It would be an Express. I do. The Talbot ones, there's actually a surprising number of those left,
Right.
considering how rusty they were and things, and how they're based on a car from sort of 81, I think, the C25 Citroen was, and all the other versions. There was an Alfa Romeo version of that as well. There's an Alfa Romeo version.
Really?
Yeah, not in this country.
No.
So there were at least 4 or 5 different versions.
Lancia as well?
I don't think a Lancia one. So we got the Fiat version, Peugeot version, Citroen version, Talbot version, and the Alfa version.
Yes.
I forget what the Alfa with Roland's called now, because Alfa wasn't owned by Fiat until 1986, and so they made their own commercial vehicles, which we didn't really get over here particularly. But that was probably one of the things they was sort of, I don't know, presaging what happened later when the company bought them. Was they started to do collaborations, obviously with Nissan and the R and the Cherry Europe,
Yes.
and then this Alfa version of the Express or whatever it was. I wouldn't say no to that. I think that's quite interesting. I just hope it's under 3.5 tons, otherwise I can't drive those. My license only goes.
Usually are, aren't
Yeah, my license only goes to 3.5 tons.
they? You can be like Max and Paddy, and that's what they had.
Was it Talbot Express?
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think so. Well, in Phoenix Nights,
Yeah.
they were actually the last scene was in a transit,
Yeah.
but that then merged into a
Talbot.
or something. Well, one of the reboots.
Yeah.
In the actual series.
Yeah. I think that Talbot Express, the headlamps are the same as something else really weird. I can't remember what it is.
It looked like off the shelf.
A lot of them were petrol on Talbot for some
Yeah.
reason. A lot of them were petrol.
And there's little Renault traffic cameras as well. You've seen a few of those. As
Yeah,
well
I've seen a few of those at shows. Yeah.
Shed first.
Yeah.
So are we going to give some sort of credit to one of Sean Connery's films with a song?
Yes, we are. So.
It's probably his weakest film as Bond.
The thing was,
Arguably.
You Only Live Twice was probably worse.
I quite like that one.
Yeah. Thunderball, if you're into diving, it was one of the films that popularised diving, which is why I started in the first place in the mid-90s. I watched Thunderball when I was 12, and I was like, well, how do I do that? And so
with Domino.
Yes, with Claudine Algier.
Bless you.
Thank you, sir. Unfortunately, I've not managed to go diving with Claudine Algier.
We didn't rehearse this, sir.
It's all right, sir. We'll be fine. Be fine, sir.
Last time.
It's going to be fine, sir.
We demonetised last time, sir.
Sir, it's going to be fine.
Miss Taylor, you're notable by your absence and backing vocals. I did request.
Yeah, but sir,
She said no,
she's probably put us on mute, sir. That's what she's done, sir.
I think she's booked in a headache and.
Yeah, she's put us on mute, sir. So we should
shampooing her hair, sir.
Sir. You said ladies like shampooing their hair, sir.
I've forgotten my telephone. So have you brought up your vocals? Whilst we're doing this, we can also think about one of the least successful designed cars by an Italian coach builder.
We know. Yes. I know exactly what.
Well, what I'm going to say, because we did have a talk about
very long production life, actually, Dad. Very long production life.
It was technically, was it actually quite a good car? Just really quite.
I've driven one, and it's it was a 1.8.
Yeah.
So it was there were two facelifts. It was the first facelift one.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later because we need to channel inner Tom Jones, sir.
So I think I need to dial up my air conditioning a little.
Do you, sir? So most people who are on this live stream, sir, do not have the luxury of air conditioning, sir.
It's his first real problem,
sir. John F. Stockton says, "Who needs Netflix when there's this kind of entertainment for free?"
We haven't even started with entertainment.
So unfortunately, Miss Taylor has said, sir, I'll be muting the singing, sir.
That's support, isn't it?
Sir. Wait, okay, sir.
Hang on a minute. Whoa.
So,
We're doing this properly. Are you ready yet, sir?
I am ready, sir. I've got my lyrics here, sir.
Alright, okay, hang on a minute. Let's try and do this properly.
Ready, sir. Always loved where lovers walk. Yet while other men just talk, he looks at this world and wants it all. So he strikes like thunderbolt.
No, that's somewhere. Repeat.
He knows the meaning of success. His needs are more, so he gives less. They call him the winner who takes all. And he strikes like thunderbolt. Any woman he wants, he'll get. He will break any heart without regret. His days of asking are all gone. His fight goes on and on and on and on. But he thinks that the fight is worth it all. So he strikes like thunder, Sir, we didn't faint on the top note, sir.
Well done, sir.
Exactly, sir. That's what happened to Tom Jones when he was trying to record it.
Very good.
Excellent, sir.
Forgot to transpose.
Unfortunately, sir, we've had some comments about our singing, sir.
What from Miss Taylor? Hang on.
Stop! Sir, it's not dying every day, no, sir! No!
That's not dying, it's trying to die.
So I thought I was dying every day, sir. That's not good, sir.
It's Cheryl Cole. Not Cheryl. Cheryl
So
Crow.
we don't have Die Another Day on this channel, sir. We don't have that,
I
sir.
don't have Die Another Day.
You know, I've been to several Bond tribute nights hosted by Caroline Bliss from the Balloon Day.
Oh, yes.
The next one's 15th of July, I think, one I'm going to. And they don't play it.
Oh.
They'll play Another Way to Die.
Yes.
They'll play Man of the Golden Gun. They will not play that song by Madonna. They just won't play it. They don't think it's good enough.
No, I don't like it. No.
It's not very good, sir.
No, I
In fact, the film's not very good, sir.
No.
Right, let's catch up on the comments
I
section.
quite like the cars. So Miss Taylor. Miss Taylor.
Story Topman says no mirrors and there's a Honda Reed parked around the corner. I never noticed. Okay. He asked what car does Mrs. Duncan drive. He drives two that we can't talk about. One of them is actually sitting outside. We can talk about it because I drove it in 2024, which is the Crown Victoria Police Interceptor from Brevard.
North Carolina.
In North Carolina, yeah.
So you did enjoy driving the white car that we can't talk about.
Sir, Sir, what are the rules, sir? Roger's not very happy with you, sir. Roger's not very happy. Oh, anyway, no, he's not happy. Not happy with you, sir. Right.
You did enjoy it, didn't
Contain yourself, Roger. Anyway, so the Alpha van, the Thomas Talk Express, the AR6, I think that's right.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't think they sold them outside Italy. It's rather like the Lancia Upsilon. You remember, like they kept that going for years and years. I think they
there's a Chrysler, isn't it?
they finally killed that. I think in 2024 or something like that. They sold it over here as a Chrysler until 15, but it kept going only in Italy because it was the third best-selling car over there, based on a 500 platform.
Yeah.
I've never driven a Chrysler, so I've driven a Chrysler Delta. It's actually on the channel. I actually got one. My friend of mine had one years ago, and I said, "Can I drive?" She said, "Yeah, sure, you can drive my Chrysler Delta." They only imported about 900 of those.
Yes.
They're quite rare. The it's sort of more common. So Miss Taylor muted the singing.
Fine, okay.
John Stockland, who needs Netflix when Bedtime is free. So Godfrey Tibbet says regarding Reverend Parry Hughes. This is hilarious. Look what he says. It may be possible to arrange an invitation. It's a bit short notice, but I just might be able to squeeze you in, Mr. Lloyd. Sir, I'm too excited now, sir. That's bad, sir. That means we're going to have more singing later on, sir, because I'm excited, sir. It's bad for Miss Taylor, isn't it, sir? She's not going to enjoy that, is she, sir?
I don't know.
No, she won't enjoy that, sir, was she, sir? John Stock got Fazil Face 753 says, "Gosh, it's just like being at the cinema." I don't think so.
In what way?
Yeah, exactly. John Stockton says, "Guess who Amazon will be hiring for the next Bond film?" And Miss Taylor says, "Copyright strikes incoming."
I don't think they're not after that. It wouldn't transpose right.
No, I don't know, sir.
Honestly, it wasn't bad pitching. Well done, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir.
It was
Yeah, sir. Very. Fazil Face 753 says, "I think Mr. Lloyd has been working on his vocal delivery." We aim to please, sir. That's for breath control from going diving. Breath control.
I lasted longer than I last night.
Yes, you did, sir. But then you're actually a music teacher, sir.
Not singing. I'm being a bit,
Sir. What's it say here? Mr. Alan Simpson says, "What a time to enter." That's when it works, sir. Thank you, sir. Frazzle Face on the Brian Free says, "Encore. I'm afraid you are getting more because I'm now too excited thanks to Sir Godfrey Tippett's words." Paulie Gattu says, "Good evening to Mr. Simpson." Mr. Simpson says, "Good evening to Paulie Galtieri." We're very polite, sir. We're very polite, sir.
Try to be.
Oh no, sir. Madonna's Bond theme wasn't as bad as her cover of American Pie.
Yeah, that's not so good.
So I was listening to American Pie, sir.
Right.
Driving around this afternoon, sir. The original version, sir.
Oh, Donna
She's
Clean's,
incredibly long.
Yes.
I don't know how we came up with so.
Clean's,
Yeah, it's really long. It's like 7 or 8 minutes long, something.
Was that whilst you were driving a White Castle?
Sir. What don't we talk about on this channel, sir?
I wish you'd have to find a mute for you. If you look on the video history, it was on April the 1st, a couple of years ago.
So I was not in my right mind, sir. I woke up one morning with a bag on my head, sir. Thank you, sir.
Miss Taylor has driven it as well.
So
she liked the loud pedal.
Can we talk about LPG? Says
yes,
Simon I've
had a lot of LPG.
We can talk about LPG actually.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we can talk about those.
I've had MGZT 190 on LPG.
Yeah, that's a factory option, I think, on the ZT. You get that factory.
No, on the K series, on the K series 4-cylinder. I also had it on the Mark III Mondeo 2 litre.
And a lot of Vauxhalls, the Vectrum, the Astra used to have it.
No, but these are aftermarket I put on.
Oh, right. Okay.
And also Alpha GT, V6.
So that didn't go very well for you, sir, did it?
No, that was fine. The one that didn't go wrong, the one that didn't go well was on an XJR.
I mean the rust on your Alpha GT, sir.
No, that was fine. That was my brother's one.
So what was because you both had GT, didn't you?
Yeah.
So what was wrong with your GTs?
Nothing wrong with my one. That was fine.
What did you say then, sir?
It just wasn't very comfortable. I had a bad back, so I swapped. I swapped that for a C-Max. Completely different cars. It was all right, but I thought the V6 and the ZT sounded nicer.
Yeah, they're a nice sounding engine actually. I've driven a lot of KB6 cars, as you know.
They are nice. It's a lovely sounding.
Yeah.
LPG's okay. I also had on a Land Rover Discovery 2 4 litre, and that spent more time in mechanics than on my driveway, so that wasn't good.
What is the least reliable car you've actually owned, Mr. Duncan?
That would have been a Land Rover Discovery. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
Is that a 2?
The Discovery 2 4 litre V8 ES had the Honda carbon sound system. The rest of it, no beige leather interior. But we don't talk about those kind of things on this channel.
So we do talk about beige leather. So with the beige leather interior, what are you talking about, sir? So beige leather interior, sir.
So yeah, LPG is fine, but you need to have hardened valve seats, or you can have like a vaporizer that actually lubricates the valve seats. And some cars did come with it as standard. Actually, some Fords.
Well, LPG.
Some Vauxhalls.
You get Volvos. Volvos had that.
Yeah, Saabs.
Peugeots,
Citroens.
Quite
a few cars actually, because there was an incentive. You could then it was a lot cheaper.
That's right. You got a grant.
I think it was actually discount road tax.
Yeah, you got a grant. I mean, the one that was really I was bought an LPG car in 2012 because this was the last days of Proton in the UK.
Proton, of course,
and they had the Persona, which was the Gen 2 saloon, was available with LPG at no cost.
In fact,
no cost.
Dacia still has it.
Yeah, I think they're the last people who have it. And at the time, fuel prices were quite high in 2012 because in 2008 they went up really high.
Yeah.
And in 2012 they were still quite high. And I was looking at getting a Persona. I got some money and I could have bought one, but I drove one and I was just really disappointed with the car. It wasn't the handling in the Gen 2.
By Lotus, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very good handling, but the car's just a bit sort of pedestrian and that. Yeah. It's not very nice. Sounding engine. It's not a very nice interior. The car's quite small inside.
Yeah.
And I remember buying a Chevy Cruze 1.6, the LT model, because it was a much nicer car than a Persona for about the same sort of money.
Is this where Mr. Coupland has left the chat?
No, he has other cars than Protons.
He does that. He does that.
He's got loads. He's got 30 cars.
Hello, Mr. Coupland, if you're in.
He's a very nice man. I like him.
Right,
We had a nice chat at Rusterville, but unfortunately he bought a vehicle we can't discuss on the channel. So we'll be right next to each other. It does not appear in the video. We know the rules, sir. What are we going to go back here? So, how about hydrogen cars? I really want to drive a Toyota Mirai. I really want to drive one. Great British Car Journey have got a Mirai. You can actually drive their Mirai. They've got one.
Was that the only hydrogen car?
No, the Hyundai. I think it's the Nexo or something they sold. They also sold over here. Hardly anybody bought one.
Yeah.
But
didn't James May buy a hydrogen? He bought a Toyota, didn't he? Or the Mirai.
Yeah, I mean the Mirais, but James May had one.
He did.
The second Mirai was much better than the first one. It's a lovely car, actually, Mirai.
But I did actually sort of. I'm very very bored one evening. I think there's hydrogen fuel station at Cobham, Surrey, the services.
Yeah, I think there were like 4 in the country or something at one point.
And I think there's one.
One near Heathrow. One near Heathrow.
Oh, at Beaconsfield.
No, it's near Heathrow, I think. I think there's maybe one at Beaconsfield. The police in London actually used Mirais as pursuit cars.
Oh, really?
Yes, I saw one on the A3.
No way.
No, I'm deadly serious. They actually had them.
Wow.
I thought it was a Prius, but it wasn't. It was a Mirai. And obviously, they think they're quite quick, actually, the Mirais. I need to get hold of one. Mr. Richardson actually managed to get hold of a Mirai from Toyota GB. They had to go down to Burheath, where they're based at Burheath near Epsom. And he went down there to drive one. But I've never had a chance to drive one, actually.
Yeah.
Refueling, yeah, I think it's not quite the same as a petrol one. But it's a lot easier than waiting for an electric car. There's a wrong electric car.
Presumably quite similar to LPG.
I think it is similar to that.
It's like a bayonet fitting was on LPG. Yeah.
Mr. Coleman used to have a 960, which actually was an LPG one. Look back at the early ones. His first one of the first cars on the channel that he owned, and it was an LPG one. He used to use the LPG on it, and LPG. You don't. There are stations around, but you've got to search them out.
There's one down the road. £1.9 every litre.
They used to be a lot more common. I imagine LPG at the moment is probably quite a good way of sort of operating.
The problem is it's a higher octane, so it's not as efficient as petrol.
Yeah, no, it's not. No.
So it's the problem is it's actually a byproduct. So there's an excess of it, and so it should be cheaper than what it is, really.
Yeah. Probably at the moment when like fuel prices are like £1.55 a litre for E10. Is probably
so 110 for the LPG is you're saving a bit.
But
it's not night and day really. You're better off with something that I'm not allowed to talk. I didn't talk about it.
Thank you, sir.
I self-moderated it.
What does Brother Simpson say about the Mirai? We had some Mirais at work. That's good. They were nice to drive.
Wow.
Refueling was quite quirky. Okay. John Stockton says I see them for sale for very little. This is the Mirais. The second Mirai is a very attractive car, actually. The problem with the hydrogen is there's just not enough places where you can get it.
No,
there are very few. You have to live close to one of the stations. And we would have been all right if we were living in Epsom, because that's only at Cobham Services, about 10-15 minutes away. That would have been fine.
You do have to wonder why you would actually buy one, because it is really restricted, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you get a lot of benefits of an electric car and a lot of benefits of a combustion car together with no emissions.
But all it takes, I mean, if you've only got 4 stations in the whole country,
I think it's 4.
If one of them starts, they're just thinking, I haven't got any customers.
Yeah.
Then you're knackered.
I imagine that the police Mirais were based at a depot right next to the fueling station.
Well, they're obviously supplied by Toyota or some
I
sort
think
of PR
so,
thing. So Toyota said, look, we're supplying the police.
It's whizzing up the A3 near Roehampton.
Probably goes all right.
Yeah, it'd be fine. For that particular use case, obviously, refueling doesn't take more than a couple of minutes.
Well, yeah.
So actually, you can just stick it right back. You have to wait for it to charge. You just put it in, off you go.
Yeah.
But the Mirais were very expensive. I think they were like 60 grand or something. The new ones were even more. And the Nexos were a lot more money as well.
Yeah.
Right, American Pie. Alan Simpson says original version of American Pie is good. Yes, it's a very, very weird song. Like you can read into that like so many different things. Because it's got so many parts in it. Obviously, a lot of it's about Don McLean's personal experience with delivering newspapers at the time that the Buddy Holly crash happened in '59. He was out delivering papers as a job. He's a young boy, and it was cold. That's why he talks about that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's all like almost like a stream of consciousness, isn't it? It just keeps going. Right, Mr. Simpson says, "Are you missing the Tigra?" It's a sort of. The problem with the Tigra was that we didn't lose any money on it. Actually, it was one of the few cars I've not lost money on. And actually, because Mr. Richardson had done the servicing for us already, we then were just going to keep using it. But I had one of my channel members, he's a very long-standing channel member, and he just said, like, "Can I buy it?" And I'm like, "Well, we've had these sort of issues with it. I mean, just having these little minor issues to do with, the flashy units, the indicators and the brake lights and things like that, and just one or two other things. And the old pressure switch was very, very, very easy to fix. It's a really easy fix on Family Zero engine, but it's very common as well, isn't it? Have you had any Family Zero engine cars that have the old pressure switch go?
No.
Because I've had them before, and I think the part is £12, and all you have to do is it's right in front of the engine. You just replace it and then just top the oil up, and it's fine. There's not particularly expensive cars to run, but the car had no air conditioning, and being a two-seater meant it was limited practicality. And at the time, the roof wasn't working. The roof is now working. My channel member has fixed the roof, and it's working. Really He's enjoying doing economical commuting in it because it's not very expensive to run. And they're pretty cheap cars. I remember on Car Dealer magazine they bought one for I think less than £200. I mean they've had to condemn it because it didn't really go through the MOT, but that was like exclusive, it was more luxurious. And also I think the Family Zero and 1.4, they're actually all right. They are quite cheap cars. So in some ways I suppose so it's quite small and it's different, but ours wasn't like the best example of it, and Mr. Richardson also knew that. So it's gone to a good home, and I think he might be bringing it to some shows actually. He's intending to bring it to some shows.
That's good.
What he says, "If It Was a Man" by the Pretenders from Living Daylights is a great song. I know that one. We're not going to sing that one at the moment, sir.
Oh, we did Living Daylights.
Yeah, If It Was a Man, yeah, one. It's a big at the end. If there was a man.
Oh, so, yeah. We'll get Miss Taylor to sing along.
Yes, indeed, sir.
You heard that.
Alan Simpson says the problem we had in Aberdeen was the nearest filling station was further away than the Mirai range. So the next nearest one was so you could only stay near Aberdeen because the range was 100 miles.
It's quite a nice place, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
but it's a bit cold up there.
Yeah.
My dad comes from
Jonathan says the beige leather interior episodes are the best. Well, we do like a nice beige leather interior with wood and piping, sir. We get excited, don't we, sir?
Missing from your current fleet.
So, well, it's just the way it's turned out, sir. It says dark metallic green as well. So we do like dark metallic green.
Yeah.
Let's say here. So Mr. Simpson says the sad thing was a hydrogen hub we're trying to build was massively delayed. So the original electrolyzer filling station had to limp along longer than planned, and then they died. So you can't run hydrogen cars anymore because there's nowhere to fill them up. That's rubbish. Muzzleface says some piping, yes. John F. Stockton says, aren't they so very expensive to repair if something goes wrong? Yeah, probably. Sir Godfrey Tibbet says, one does appreciate a beige leather interior with wood. Mr. Simpson says the build quality on the non-Mitsubishi based Protons, the Gen 2, the Persona Savia, the Impian. The Impian was actually a Mitsubishi based car. It was based on the Charisma, which didn't have any.
The Impian was?
Yes, and the S40 and the Mitsubishi Space Star. They're all the same.
Of course, yeah.
So some of the engines were Renault engines. Some was a Campro engine as well, which is a Proton engine, which took far longer to come out than anyone expected. It was supposed to come out with the Impian or the Wadger, Like let me show you my Wadger, which is the oldest joke in the world. That one.
It's not that kind of channel. So.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was Mitsubishi based. It just they were going to bring out the Campro engines for the Impian in 2000, and it didn't happen. But they only came in about 2005, 2006. The Impian died in this country about 2008. It kept going. I have a fascination for the Impians for some reason. They're quite rare. Most of the 1.6 Mitsubishi engines.
I think they went touring car racing with them.
The Impians, if they did, absolutely. John sort of says, "I only live 20 kilometres away from a hydrogen fuel station." It's interesting, isn't it?
It's very busy tonight. What's going on?
Yeah, you're complaining, are you, sir?
There's nothing on TV.
Well, there's us, sir. We are on television. We are the television, sir. The Hyundai Nexo, or Hyundai, as I have to say, but I keep getting that wrong, was a good machine. It had a much better range than the Mirai. Yeah, but it looks nice there. I just don't see any of those. It was kind of like something that just lived on the price list, like the Hyundai Grandeur back in the day.
Yeah.
Just lived on the price list. You could buy one, but you couldn't buy one.
Like the Suzuki.
Yeah, we can do a bit more combat. The one that was on that was like the Suzuki Across. Based on, those are very, very rare, the Acrosses. It was just a compliance car, that. Are any of those still around? Or do they... the Nexo. I don't know if they make Nexo anymore, actually. I'm not sure. Greg Fazy 6933 says, do you have any views on electric loose? Is it a Cadillac? Is it a Cadillac with a loose?
What?
Electric loose. I can't remember who make that. Is it Cadillac? Can't remember. Was that a lyric? Yes. Mr. Simpson says, hydrogen goes in at high pressure. 700 bar. Wow. Really high pressure. Okay. That's higher pressure than like the cylinder. Like the cylinder of diving is 232. And 350 commercial, they get very cold, so you get frost on the nozzle. You guys today having frost on the nozzle, you can keep your hands cold filling up your hydrogen car.
Yeah.
Someone says, I remember reading an account of someone who actually owned a hydrogen car. Everything was worse than a petrol or electric car. Less range, more on refueling, it wasn't the same as couldn't quite say petrol. It's a little bit different. Yes. More expensive to run, fair enough, because there's hardly any people using it, so the fuel was cheap, not as cheap and expensive to repair. It's like I don't know where would you take your car for repair other than the manufacturer?
True.
Yeah, where would you go? I don't know anybody who's a hydrogen specialist. No. And Stevie Boy and I says happy Friday, sir. Happy Friday to you as well, sir.
Happy Friday.
So Mr. Simpson says we have 2 refueling stations in Aberdeen where the hydrogen is produced on site by electrolyzers. Because it's just you get some water and you put some electrodes in it. Yeah, pretty much it, isn't it? Yeah. They fuel cars and buses. They were part of a demo project to try to grow a hydrogen economy, which didn't happen. Everything ended up being delayed. The practice hydrogen uptake, so it never happened. Paulie Gauteri says it wouldn't be a live stream with you two gentlemen without "Oh my car! Oh my car!" Why did they use that actor? It was really stupid. Yeah. Jonathan says I'd log off. Good evening, sir. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening.
So Godfrey Tippett says the Ioniq 5 looks like a futuristic Maestro. Yes,
it's quite nicely styled.
I saw a really early one in 2021 when it first came out. Then where was I? Like somewhere in Northamptonshire, and one just literally drove down the road. It was a press car. It was an Ioniq 5 press car, a 20 winner plate. I much prefer the look of the Ioniq 5 to the Kia EV6 or the Ioniq 6.
The Ioniq 6 doesn't look good.
No, I don't think so. I think the Ioniq 5. The N-line's all right, but I prefer the original one. It does look a bit like a Maestro or a Princess or an Allegro. Yeah. I mean, they would have said it looks like a Hyundai Pony because which it sort of does. But
it's just a sort of generic sort of 80s hatchback kind of acts as silhouette.
I think it's a nice styled car.
Could be anything. It could be a Talbot Horizon. It's a non-notchback hatchback, isn't it? So I think in terms of the design, I think they got it right. I don't know about anything else. Right.
I mean, around now is the time when the 5-year warranty is going to expire on an i5.
Yeah.
Because they came out, I think, sort of June, July 21. I think they came out, something like that. But yeah, I like the look at it. As Simpson says, original Impian was good. The facelift one of the Campro, yeah, the facelift was about 2005, I think, with the Impian. Was less good. The both of the Campro was not great. Performance wasn't good. Fuel economy average wasn't good, and they over revved. He lifted off. Great, it was software failure there. It's a shame we got Gen 2 and the Impian handled well. Yeah, I've driven a Gen 2 and it did handle well. Savvy was the same. That handled quite well, but the interior quality on a Savvy, it's not very good.
Same as a what was it? The same as a rebadge.
It wasn't. It was their own car.
Oh, is it?
It had a Renault engine. It was a Renault 1.2 engine, that the Clio.
Yeah.
Which is, to be fair, it's the D4F. They're very good engines though. They're very reliable. So the engine's not a problem. It's just the car is just it looks weird. It's not. It handles well, but the rest of it just feels so cheap and nasty. I don't know. You can see why Proton sort of, when other manufacturers up their game like Hyundai and Kia became just so much better. The bit that changed it was when in 2006-7 the Seed and the i30 came out, and they were almost as good as the rest of the cars on the market, whereas they'd always been a bit worse. When those came in, I mean, I think the Mark 1 Seed is actually one of the best no budget reviewed cars you can buy.
Yeah.
Actually one of the best. And I really want to drive another one. I've driven quite a few, but I only have one on the channel. I have driven quite a few of them, and I have considered buying one. They're very good. The only problem is the fastest version, I think, only had like a 1.6 engine with 123 horsepower in most of them. They weren't the fastest things. I don't think get a turbo in either, which is a shame. The Pro Seed's good as well. It's also one of those very, very early on when I was doing my job about 2018. A friend of mine got one. I think it was a 60 plate one, and it had done something like 40,000 miles, and we paid 2,800 for it. Something ridiculous. Back in those sort of days, you could pay very little money for a car like that. It was really good that Pro Seed. Right, so I think we're going to have to go on to the next song because our time is marching forward, sir, and we have things to do.
Your percussion instrument.
Oh right, is that actually going to? When am I going to start beating that, sir?
When you think of approach.
Oh yes, of course, sir. Right, I'll get.
We'll do my composition afterwards.
Oh yes, sir. We can do that. Which do you want me to use the cowbell in that as well, sir?
If you'd like, it's fine. I own the copyright.
You do, sir. You do own the copyright, sir.
Yeah.
And my sofa is.
Miss Taylor, it's time for the mute button.
Is she gonna mute again, sir?
Yes.
It starts off very slow. This very slow song at the start.
Yeah.
And it gets faster. There's always different parts to it.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. Sorry, just
talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Techno problems. Techno notice.
Here we go. We got some things here. Greg Fazy 6933 says the Ferrari Loose EV. I don't know anything about that really. Have you driven a Ferrari? No, I've never driven a Ferrari. Have you driven a Ferrari, sir?
No. I'm not interested.
Yeah. Anderson says the Savvy and Gen 2 both had to come to the first service after 1,000 miles. That's a really primitive thing, that. Proton took the Renault 1.2 out of the Clio. You had the D4F engine and made it slower in the first year, perhaps. What it shows is the Chinese cherry cars look like Ford, even the badge is like a blue oval shape.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ford UK to deal with cherry to badge and as Fords.
Because it's not meant for dealerships.
But yeah, Ford was it? Not so bad. Right, so Alan says slower and gets faster. Are you about to do a Zorba? No. We're not doing Zorba to Greek.
No.
Not doing Zorba to Greek.
It's not the sort of thing we do.
No, we don't do that, sir.
Ready?
Okay, we ready. Right, start us again, sir.
I have to start that again?
Yeah, start again, sir.
So we've got 4 counts here. 2, 3, 4.
When you were young and your heart was an open book, Used to say, live and let live. You know you did, you know you did, you know you did. But in this ever-changing world in which we're living, makes you give it a cry. Say live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die.
Ready, sir?
Da-da-dum, 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 dum-dum. Da-da-dum, 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 dum-dum. Third bit. Dum, dum, dum. To you, when you got a job to do, you gotta do it well. You gotta give the other thing. Dun, da 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 da. Slows right down.
Verse 2, sorry.
You used to say, live and let live. You know you did, you know you did, you know you did. But if this ever-changing world in which we're living makes you give it a cry, say, live and let die. Don't live and let die. Don't live and let die. Don't live and let die. Da da dum da 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 dum da da dum dum da da dum da da dum da da dum da da dum 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 da da dum da da dum da da dum dum da da dum da da dum da da dum da da dum dum. Sir.
Here we go. Next
We've
one.
enjoyed ourselves, sir. Oh yes. What would you do when you run completely out of cash? What would you do when you want a cat of dash? Polish up the shoes, throw them something fun. We don't talk about diesels, we're living in Starmer's time. Cruising down the boulevard, whistling in the night. Face the interior, looking chic alright. Would feel tight, but I'm feeling brand new. Living lights tonight, no budget reviews.
What do you mean? I'm not getting paid for this?
He's still not been paid.
I'm still not being
He's
paid.
not been paid a penny!
Paid a penny?
No, never!
Not a
Got no budget. We can't afford to pay people for writing music, sir.
Right, sir.
I know, sir. It is a most unfortunate set of circumstances, sir.
I'm very sorry.
Because the YouTube revenue is not sufficient for such things, sir.
Indeed, sir.
So what an evening, sir. It says Mr. Duncan is most accomplished on the keys. I think Miss Taylor did not listen to our singing, sir.
Miss Taylor?
She's not there, sir. She's gone.
Has she left
Not
the
there.
chat?
She's left the chat, sir.
Oh, she's left the
Sir,
chat.
she left,
Come
sir.
back.
Sir, she
Come
went,
back.
sir. I'm sorry,
back.
sir. I'm afraid I'm not responsible for Miss Taylor's behaviour, sir. Sir.
Yeah, okay.
So I think we've had our oh no, sir.
I heard.
Sir, no, sir. We got busted, sir. Sir,
Oh,
I
dear.
think with that, sir, a deep embarrassment, we're going to have to
no.
call it an evening because we
I
have some
think so.
complicated logistics to
We
undertake,
do.
sir.
We do.
You have to hold my thing, sir.
Did you enjoy your Carabao, sir?
I kind of did, sir. It was good, sir.
It was very
So thank you ever so much indeed.
Thank you very
Once
much.
again for watching.
Yes, I hope you
Please
all
don't
enjoyed
forget to subscribe to the channel.
it. And the correct answer was high-end matrix.
Oh yes, the Pininfarina design, which doesn't look like a print design is the Hyundai Matrix.
There we go.
But the facelift one's really weird. Like, the other one they did right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really odd.
And if you got the correct answer, then just approach Joseph Lloyd at
Yes,
another car show,
you,
and he'll give you £10.
no, that's not true.
No.
You have won a free lifetime supply of oxygen or an entire fortnight in January.
I didn't get that.
Don't worry, sir.
And on that note,
All right.
On that note, safe travels, everyone. If you're driving somewhere,
Good night,
and
viewers.
have a nice weekend.
Good night, viewers.
Good night, viewers.